Coming up, a look at the Jasper JC Easter egg hunt. Indiana legislature acknowledges veterans and their families. Purdue with sports, and Chris Lasher talks about abuse victims advocacy on WJTS Inform with Bill Potter. These stories, sports, and weather are coming up on the 18 WJTS News. This is the WJTS News. I'm Prisma Lopez-Marin. Thank you for joining us today. The civic organization, the Jasper JCs, were active on Saturday morning with their annual Easter egg hunt for the children, and the children between the ages of 2 and 12 years old were participating. Were already enthusiastic when the Jasper JCs gave the ready, set, go signal at 10 a.m. on Saturday to launch the egg hunt. The children and their parents explored the playgrounds of the JC Park, where the area was prepared depending on age groups, on 3 age groups categories from 1 to 2 years, from 3 to 5 years, and the remaining 6 to 12 years of age, where some eggs were placed more up front so that the children who were younger were able to access them easier and probably faster. Simultaneously, children were also invested with playing on the playgrounds, swings, jungle gyms, and slides. This Easter event is among the various projects that the Jasper JC puts on for the community. The Easter egg hunt event occurs each year and has been an ongoing event for about 30 years. Jasper JC's Vice President Anna Manilli spoke about the abundant turnout of the families for this year's event.
Well, since we've been doing it for so long, we always have a fantastic turnout. This year, we promoted a little harder, and we joined up with WJTS Student Activities, and they created flyers and posted all over Facebook, social media, and then we also posted in the bulletin of the Herald.
She added that they will continue to do collaborations with the WJTS Student Activities Group for future community events. Manilli also highlights the Jasper JC's clubhouse at the park, where the organization meets to plan successful events such as the Easter egg hunt.
We have about 25 members now. We are actually always growing. We're always looking for new members. We have a meeting once a month. It's the first Thursday of every month up here at the clubhouse next to the pool, and people just show up and then we sign them up, and we have different groups, different projects, I guess you would say, that we put different people onto.
If you are interested to learn more about the Jasper JCs, you can attend their meetings at the clubhouse at the park, where it's located at 1409 Bartley Street in Jasper, and you can also contact them via the phone at 812-482-2414. The meet and greet with the Easter Bunny himself was also leading up to after the egg hunt, where the community members of families and parents were extended, with parents forming in line with their egg hunters to take a picture. The wait lasted actually longer than the actual egg hunt, as many children and their families wanted a picture with the Easter Bunny. A Crawford County woman was taken into custody over the weekend after she was accused of attempting to shoplift a few items from the Jasper Walmart store. Just before 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, Jasper police were called to the North Side Walmart store supercenter after receiving a report that 30-year-old Christina Gomez of English was being detained by members of the store's assets protection team for an alleged shoplifting incident. Police say Gomez had attempted to take items including clothing and candy worth just over $58 from the store without paying. Gomez was taken and booked into the Du Bois County Security Center on a charge of theft. As lawmakers, members of the Indiana legislature value the bravery and sacrifice made by veterans, and each year make it a priority to pass legislation providing support for them and their families. District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer of Jasper takes a look at and explains the Senate bills that were signed into law this past week.
Senate Enrolled Act 145 requires the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs to work with veteran service organizations to establish a set of standards for the unclaimed remains of deceased veterans, allowing for the proper burial of veterans with no family members. Senate Enrolled Act 154 increases the funeral allowance for a member of the Indiana National Guard who dies in active service of the state from $4,000 to $8,000. Senate Enrolled Act 189 provides that information concerning attendance records and academic progress for a student attending adult high school who is a member of the military or children in military families must be submitted to the Department of Education by each school corporation and charter school.
Other laws include Senate Enrolled Act 219 that requires certain profession and occupation boards to adopt rules that establish procedures to expedite in the issuance or renewal of license, certificate registration, or permit to a military spouse whose husband or wife is assigned to a duty station in Indiana. Senate Enrolled Act 304 increases the assessed value limit for property tax deduction from $143,000 to $175,000 for veterans with at least 10% disability. And Enrolled Act 362 extends the Uniform Services Employment and Reemployment Rights guidelines to the state level and now includes the military service for the National Guard Regiment of another state. Messmer says he's proud that the General Assembly has taken action to make Indiana a more veteran-friendly state and support the brave Hoosiers who have served. As always, citizens can feel free to contact Messmer's office directly with questions and concerns by email at senator.messmer@iga.in.gov or by phone at 1-800-382-9467.